Alright. What's good, y'all? Listen, I don't got the bonnet, but I do got the robe. I don't know why I got my AirPods in when I got my headphones on. I don't know. I'm moving walk today. But what's good with y'all? You know what I'm saying? I just want to let y'all know before the video start, I love y'all niggas, okay? The last two videos I did on basketball, they got 2K, 1K each, okay? We need to keep that love going. We need to keep that going. So if you're watching that or if you're watching this video from the other videos, I'm going to need you to like the video, share with everybody, and I'm going to need you to sub up. I'm trying to get to 200 subs before the end of the year, bro. Or hopefully before the end of this month, bro. I'm trying to get my subs up. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad y'all watching the channel. I'm glad y'all subbing. I'm glad y'all engaged. But before y'all get engaged with the channel, I just please ask y'all to sub onto the channel. I upload like 2-3 times a month, sometimes 2 times a week. But I always try to get at least 3-4 videos out a month, okay? At least. Okay, if I got a job, I got a life, so I can't be uploading every day. If I was able to stay at the crib all day, I'd probably be uploading a video every day, but I can't. So with that being said, we gonna react to my boy Jimmy High Roller, the GOAT, the greatest, bro. He's the basketball savant. We all know he's the basketball genie. He uses math, everything, okay? They said they were the greatest team of all time. Now, I understand why they saying Team USA is the greatest team of all time, but you're hearing it first from J.S. Blase himself. The USA team is going to get silver. They are going to get silver. Let me explain why, okay? As I am speaking right now, the USA just beat Japan to get into the qualifiers. And I think they're going up against who? South Sudan? Who they going up against? South Sudan? Let me see real quick. Let me just check my stats real quick. And then after that, they got to go up against the powerhouses in Canada. They got to go up against the Twin Towers in France. And then, and speaking of France, France got, I'm not going to say they got robbed. I'm not robbed. I'm not going to say they got saved by the refs. But that Japanese and France game was lit. That Kawamura nigga was over there looking like prime Kyrie Irving. You know what I'm saying? Saucing niggas up, getting to the paint, hitting tough shots. But, you know what I'm saying? Nigga just had to put his hand on a nigga head while he taking a jump shot. You know what I'm saying? That's rule number 1, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Give a nigga space, take his shot. You know what I'm saying? But hey, I'm not a ref. Hey, you know what I'm saying? Niggas was saying it was rigged, but he did have his hand on his shoulder. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna get into that. We gonna react to this video though. They said they were the greatest team of all time because I'm saying it right now. They're going to get silver. I don't think they're going to get gold. I mean, we're expected for them to get gold. But me personally, I'm a fan of the upset. I love upsets, and I like to see an upset. Okay, let's get it.
Beat Corrals.
Check this out. You see that score? USA versus Germany. Germany is up 82-81 with 4 minutes left in the fourth quarter. The game should have never been this close, but it is. In fact, it's been a close contest since the opening tip. Both teams going bucket for bucket.
Listen, I don't think niggas be realizing, like, Germany has a solid team, bro. They got Daniel Tice, the Wagner brothers, Dennis Schroeder, that Quas, that nigga name that started with a Q. I don't know how to pronounce his name. German ass last name. You got him. They got a solid ass roster. You know what I'm saying? Is their team better than the USA team? Fuck no. But if they know how to play team basketball, they know how to run up the score, they know how to play with each other because they play with each other, in the FIBA tournament. And they also play in the same roster been in the last Olympics. Not the same roster, but damn near the same roster been in the last Olympics. So they got chemistry.
Neither of them really able to pull away.
LeBron,
someone is going to have
and
to
that
step
nigga that
up
look like Shelton Benjamin. I call that nigga Shelton Benjamin.
Take control of this game if they want to win. And of all the players on this court, of all the talent, the greatest shooter of all time, a former MVP, the future of USA basketball, it is none other than all-reliable 39-year-old LeBron James who completely takes over this game.
Shout out Flight.
Backside. Nice run here. Saved by LeBron trying to take over.
Hey, big body.
Trying to answer the time.
Yeah, rebound. Coast to coast. Free
to do so this coming weekend.
Free throw. Give me that rebound. I'm a big man.
Which will send him to the line.
Look at this bench react.
LeBron
for three.
James open for three. LeBron James.
Spin move. Big boy, get up.
He's a man. What does he
He's a man.
You have a right to do.
With the game on the line and 4 minutes left in the fourth, LeBron turned back the clock and completely put Team USA on his back, scoring their final 11 points and single-handedly outscoring Germany. The Young Bucks are loving it. These performances should have came to an end years ago. And yet here we are, 20
Listen, I'm gonna just say this right now. Hold on, let me rewind real quick.
performances should have came to
You're not playing
an end
you're not playing
years ago.
You might get some minutes because you won a championship. Tyrese, though, you're definitely not getting no minutes. And if you do get minutes, you're only getting like 10, 15.
And yet here we are.
Bam, you're only gonna get like 10, 15 minutes. Wait, who was that on the end?
These performances should have came to an end years ago. And yet here we are.
I don't even know who you are, but you're not getting minutes. I can't even see
22 years in, and the old geezer still got it. But wait a minute. This is the best basketball team on the planet. Some have even called this roster the best team of all time. But if that's the case, then why out of all of these players does it take a 39-year-old LeBron going ballistic in the final minutes to win a game by single digits? Their previous game against South Sudan was a similar story, with the go-ahead basket by LeBron being the only thing separating the US from a loss. A couple months back, when this team was first announced, they were immediately hailed as one of, if not the greatest team ever assembled. However, through 5 exhibition games, 3 of which were won by 6 points or less, the title of greatest team ever seems to have been given out a bit prematurely. Is this team truly the best team we've ever seen? On paper, they have all the credentials to fit the bill, but on the court, they aren't nearly as dominant as some teams from the past.
Now, before Jimmy Howard say what he got to say, and he's going to give us an ad, okay? I'm skipping the ad. Before I say, as a matter of fact, I'm going to skip the ad right now. As a matter of fact, I'm going to skip it right now. I'm not going to lie. Yeah, I don't got time for that, Jimmy. This is not the greatest Olympic team of all time. The greatest Olympic team of all time will forever be the 92 Olympics dream team, okay? Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, Chris Mullin, David Robinson, Karl Malone, John. Like, they were like come on. And they were going up against actual niggas at that time that, like, international niggas at that time weren't prone to like the NBA, you know what I'm saying? Well, they were prone to the NBA, but they weren't training like how niggas were in the NBA. So they was going up against niggas that were doing the shit on their free time. That's how I looked at it, though. You know what I'm saying? That's how I looked at it. But like, bro, that team was on a nightly basis. Even when, bro, you look at the highlights from those games, the USA team looks clumsy as fuck. There's no spacing. They're taking dumbass shots. There's like 2 or 3 niggas crashing for a rebound at the same time. They had no chemistry. They had none, from what I'm looking at, though. You know what I'm saying? And yet they were still blowing out teams by 30, 40 points plus, okay? This team right now, like I was about to explain with South Sudan, bro, they almost lost to South Sudan. They had that nigga Kareem. I forgot his Kareem. He had a triple-double on them niggas. If it wasn't for LeBron James hitting that clutch-ass layup at the end and them missing a 3 on the other end, they would have lost. It was an exhibition game, so it wouldn't have counted, but it would have been bad for them niggas to lose to a South Sudan team, a team that just got their independence like a few years ago. They just got into the Olympics, my guy. Like, come on, my nigga. So, boom. We gotta lose to these niggas, you know what I'm saying? It'll be great for South Sudan for them to beat US, but it'll be bad for the US. So, with that being said, I'm looking at it like, if they were to go up against a team like Germany and go up against a team like France, and they go the first 2 quarters shooting like 7 for fucking 20-something from the fucking 3-point line, and they just completely, like, get... Like, they completely die at the 3-point line. They don't try to make no adjustments, no nothing. And France and Germany, which are teams that have great chemistry, especially in the Olympics, if they are clicking on all cylinders against a USA team that is not knocking down their threes and relying on a 39-year-old LeBron James to bring him to the win, they're not going to make it to the gold medal. They're not going to win a gold medal. Like I said earlier, the USA, I'm predicting it right now, they're going to win silver. They're going to win silver, and it's going to be an upset. I'm a fan of the upset because even today, or yesterday, technically, because I'm recording this at 2 o'clock in the morning, Japan almost beat France, and Greece almost beat Spain. Giannis almost beat Spain by himself. Once they took Giannis out the game, what's that nigga name? Aldama, the nigga from the Grizzlies? That nigga was cooking niggas. I'm sorry.
Last summer, after a 4th place finish in the FIBA Basketball World Cup, reports surfaced that LeBron James was recruiting players from around the league to suit up for the U.S. men's national team for the 2024 Olympics, reaching out to teammates, friends, foes, all to better their odds of defeating a common enemy: everyone else. And although fun to imagine, the team he was attempting to put together seemed like a classic case of too good to be true. Except it actually happened. A 12-man roster that some are saying is the greatest basketball team of all time. LeBron, Durant, Curry,
And you
Embiid.
gotta look at it like this too. At the time when the Dream Team was invented, the international competition at that time was very, very low. Like the USA, it was like the first time like the USA was actually able to have NBA players in the Olympics. Because before then, you had like college players and niggas that were just getting into the league, like their first like year in the league or some shit. They would have those niggas, but then they was able to actually get their star players. So that's when they got Jordan and all of them. They got this when they first made the Dream Team and shit. So, and at that time, the Euro play at that time, like the best European player at that time was Arvydas Sabonis, but that nigga was not in the league. You know what I'm saying? Russia had that nigga under contract, had that nigga in a chokehold, so that nigga wasn't going nowhere. Boom, you know what I'm saying? So you gotta take it into account like that too, because the international play now, like I said earlier, Spain, Canada, France, these teams got NBA players on them, got professional basketball players on them, got niggas on their roster that are all NBA level players in the NBA. Not every player, but most like niggas like Wembanyama, Rudy Gobert, Giannis. You know what I'm saying? If you go to Spain, but who's on the Spain roster? Let me look real quick. Who's on the Spain roster? Real quick? Let me see real quick. Let me do my research. The Hernan Gomez brothers, they not really all NBA, but they're a really good team, especially they're a really good duo, especially in FIBA tournaments and EuroLeague tournaments and in the Olympics. They're a really good duo. Like I said earlier, you got that Aldama nigga, the nigga that's on the Grizzlies, you know what I'm saying? He's pretty nice. Like, or even Australia too. Australia, they got the Giddler, Dyson Daniels. Who else they got? Josh Green, my nigga. They got Joe Ingles. I don't think Joe Ingles getting no minutes though. He barely plays. He's old. He's pushing 40, my nigga. Same with Matthew Dellavedova. He's pushing 40. So like, you know what I'm saying? They got Dyson Daniels, Dante Exum. You know what I'm saying? They got a good squad. They got like this Australian squad got NBA players on it. You know what I'm saying? They're not all-star. They don't got a stacked all-star roster how the USA do, but they got well-orchestrated pros on their team, you know what I'm saying? To where if they were to go up against the USA, they could hold their own. If they locking in and, you know what I'm saying, locking these niggas up, doing what they got to do, they could hold their own and fuck these niggas up. You never know.
Tatum, AD,
You never
Booker,
know.
Kawhi, who has since been replaced by Derek White, Edwards, Halliburton, Holiday, and Bam. One of the most loaded teams in the history of basketball. And yet, 5 exhibition games into this year's Summer Olympics, and this team has just barely escaped with a win on multiple occasions. Nowhere near some of the colossal blowouts we have seen Team USA put down in the past. Which begs the question, is this actually the greatest team of all time? Greater than the 1992 Dream Team? A group of players that won games by a record-shattering margin and took basketball to a global scale. Are they greater than the Redeem Team, or even the US Olympic team in 2012, led by Kobe and a prime LeBron and Durant? Well, it all depends on how you want to define greatness. Are we talking about a team with the best collection of talent, or is greatness defined by how good they are as a collective unit?
This is what greatness is defined with, especially in the Olympics. In the Olympics, if you have a star-studded roster like this, then you need to dominate every team that you go up against, because 2003, when the niggas lost to, Argentina? Was it Argentina?
I meant to say 2004, but 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning, and this video actually is actually 4 o'clock in the morning while I'm ending this video. So, you know what I'm saying? Niggas fuck up, bro. Like, cut me some slack. Fuck.
When they lost to Manu Ginobili, okay? And they got the bronze medal. They had Allen Iverson, LeBron James, D Wade. Even though those niggas was young, they had a star-studded roster with a bunch of young talent and all-stars on it, and they still fucking lost. You know what I'm saying? Collection of talent. It just gets everybody hyped up to watch it. But in order for you to actually be the greatest team of all time, especially in the Olympics, you gotta dominate, bro. You gotta be blowing these niggas out, by 50, 60 points. Or at least 30. At least 30. You know what I'm saying?
And since the 2024 US Men's Olympic team has yet to play a single non-exhibition game together, I assume we are referring to option number 1. In terms of major career accomplishments, such as MVPs, championships, All-NBA teams, the key milestones that we use to measure how great individual players are, here is how the 2024 US Men's Olympic roster stacks up against some of the greatest teams of the past. Now, it's important to note that I only took into consideration the accolades these players earned leading up to the time of the Olympics. So, for example, although Michael Jordan won 6 titles and 5 MVPs by the end of his career, I only included the 2 titles and 3 MVPs he won heading into the '92 Olympics. This is only fair since players on the 2024 roster have yet to finish their careers and still have time to pile up more accolades. So this is a snapshot of how accomplished these teams were at the time of their formation. And when ranked against the most accomplished teams, you could make an argument that this 2024 team is the greatest of all time, just slightly edging out the US men's team in 1992 and in '96. Oddly enough, the '96 US men's Olympic team was more accomplished at the time of their formation than the '92 Dream Team was. But overall, this year's team is arguably the greatest team in terms of their basketball resumes. But that might be due to the fact that this year's US Olympic team is old. By the '92 Olympics, Larry Bird had already played his last NBA season. His back was completely toast, and he was the oldest player on the team by a considerable margin.
Yeah, bro, my boy was
He was 35, which means right now, Stephen Curry is older than Bird was during the '92 Olympics. In fact, Devin Booker has already been in the league longer than most of the players on that 1992 Dream Team. So although this 2024 team has the advantage of experience and longevity, the team in '92 got many of their players during the peak of their careers. So what if instead of accolades and accomplishments, we looked at how good these players were individually at the time of the team's formation? Here is a chart of the 2024 US Men's Olympic basketball roster and their production and efficiency from this past season, with box plus minus on the y-axis and win shares per 48 on the x-axis. Now, a few things jump out here. Tyrese Halliburton has been considered one of the weaker links on this roster, but he was actually one of the better players on this team throughout the regular season. LeBron James is really old and still really good, and Joel Embiid's spot is a quick reminder that if it weren't for a season-ending injury this past year, the man might be a back-to-back MVP right now. And now for some context, here is the 2012 US Olympic team and their advanced numbers in the season leading up to the Olympics. LeBron was the best player on this team, followed by Chris Paul and Kevin Durant. They also had a veteran Kobe Bryant and Olympic Melo. And statistically, you can make an argument that the individual players on this team were better than the players on the 2024 team. The 2008 Redeem Team was relatively young and inexperienced in the international realm, with LeBron James leading the way coming off of his 5th season in the league, a young Chris Paul entering his prime, and MVP Kobe Bryant. But overall, this team probably wasn't as good as the US roster this year.
Well, I said the Olympics was in 03 when they lost, so it probably was in 04, because if the Redeem Team was in 08, then the Olympics had to happen in 04, so my fault on that.
1996, however, is one of the more underrated teams ever assembled, with a ton of 90s.
That 96 team was crazy. They had Shaq, Penny, Charles Barkley, John Stockton, they had, Tim Hardaway. This team was...
It's like Pippen, Gary Payton, Reggie Miller, and of course, the greatest front court lineup the world has ever seen. Featuring David Robinson, Hakeem Olajuwon, Shaquille O'Neal, Charles Barkley, and Karl Malone. This team was experienced. They were all still in their prime, and as a whole, they were better than this year's team. Which leads us to the 1992 Dream Team, who are still on a completely different level from any other team before and since their inception. Because here's Michael Jordan, here's David Robinson, Magic Johnson, Drexler, Stockton, Barkley, and the rest of the team. And now we have a better picture of just how good this '92 Dream Team was. The 1992 US Men's Olympic team was so good.
And like I said earlier, if you watch the highlights of this Dream Team, bro, the spacing was terrible. There was 3 niggas boxing out for rebounds, crashing for rebounds. Niggas was just throwing up bricks. You know what I'm saying? Niggas, the spacing was terrible. But the teams they were going up against were terrible. So what the fuck you wanted to do? Puerto Rico can barely average 30 points per game a night. Like the team itself can barely put up 30 a game in 48 minutes. You know what I'm saying? So what the fuck do you think the United States is going to do? Like, come on, let's just be real.
That Anthony Edwards in 2024 was statistically worse than every single player on the 92 Dream Team outside of Christian Laettner, who hadn't even played a single minute in the NBA up to that point.
He's young.
Now, you may be thinking that these stats of the players in 1992 might just be inflated or possibly a miscalculation. How is there so many all-time great players at their peak in the NBA in 92? And where are all of these players today? Well, they're playing for other countries. Because here's Nikola Jokic, here's Luka Doncic, here's Giannis, and here's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. So in terms of individual dominance, the 92 Dream Team would be like having this 2024 roster without some of their relatively weaker links and the addition of Luka.
Crazy, Jokic is the best player in the Olympics, but that nigga's not winning bronze, gold, or silver, bro. His team is not, like, his team is trash.
Jokic.
Same with Luka. I don't even think Luka made the qualifiers. I don't even think his team is in the, I don't even think his team is in the goddamn Olympics. That's how bad his fucking team
Giannis and SGA. That is how good the Dream Team was. And I don't know if we will ever see one single team as good as this 1992 US Men's Olympic team was ever again. In 1992, basketball was a sport dominated almost exclusively by American players. The NBA, and by default the entire world, revolved around players from the US. There was, of course, exceptions to this. Among the elite foreign players of the early 90s were Nigerian-born Hakeem Olajuwon, who ended up playing for Team USA, Patrick Ewing from Jamaica, who also ended up playing for Team USA, Detlef Schrempf from Germany, and Croatian legend Dražan Petrovic. But that was about it. The NBA had yet to really pursue basketball on a global scale.
Like
the
I
two
said
international
earlier,
teams
and
that
you know
were
what's crazy? You know what's crazy? I literally said this earlier, bro. I literally said there was no comp back then in terms of the international level. Puerto Rico, the Puerto Rican team itself, 48 minutes a game, averaged 40 points a night. The whole team. So what the fuck do you think the USA is gonna do? They're gonna blow these niggas out by 100. I'm sorry.
Actually added to the league wouldn't make their debut until 1995. 95% of all NBA prospects were American-born or attending US universities. But as Steve Kerr said after Team USA's loss in last year's FIBA World Cup, this isn't 1992 anymore. Over the last 32 years, the number of foreign-born NBA players has skyrocketed. From 21 foreign-born players, just 5% of all active players in the league in 1992, to 125 foreign-born players throughout the league in 2024, representing nearly a quarter of all active players. Today, when players join international competition, more often than not, they're just playing their NBA teammates in these tournaments. It's a bunch of NBA guys versus a bunch of NBA guys. The 92 Dream Team was and still is the greatest team ever assembled because they were a collection of the best basketball players, not just in the US, but in the entire world at the time. Outside of Hakeem, who was arguably not as good as Ewing or Robinson in 1992, and Isaiah Thomas, who was unjustly snubbed from this team, they couldn't have gotten any better. Now, in the case of this 2024 team, they're great, but they aren't nearly the best possible iteration of what the greatest collection of talent in the entire world would look like today. So not only was the Dream Team the greatest collection of talent
It's crazy that Jimmy Butler, Jimmy Butler's dealing with an injury right now, so he probably got invited to it, but you said no. But Jaylen Brown, it's crazy how Jaylen Brown's not in it, bro. You just won a Finals MVP and you didn't invite. You invite Derek White and Drew Holiday and not the nigga that's getting paid $300 million. Like, come on, my nigga.
History of basketball. Nearly all of the players on the Dream Team were at the peak of their powers, but they were also eviscerating teams. More legendary than this 92 roster and the dominance of their individual players, the Dream Team was crushing their opponents. In Game 1 of group play, the Dream Team scored 116 points while holding their opponent to just 48. In the semifinals, the Dream Team beat a really good Lithuania team by 51 points. If you want to know just how outmatched these countries were, look no further than the guy who just threw in the towel and just started snapping pictures of the Dream Team while the game was still going on. And in the gold medal game,
Look.
were
The best player on your team is back here, okay? This nigga can't even fucking play in the NBA because Lithuania, aka I think Russia at this time, they had this nigga in a fucking chokehold. They couldn't let this nigga go nowhere. So yeah, this is the best competition he went up against until 1998 when he had to go up against who? David Robinson again? Like, come on, like, I feel bad for. Oh my god, my phone might have cracked. Nah, we're good. I feel bad for my boy Sabonis, man. I feel bad for this nigga because if this nigga was in the league when he got drafted, he'd probably be the best big man of all time. Probably be one of the best big men in NBA history. Probably would have got Portland a championship by now. I'm gonna just keep it a buck. This nigga right here was really, really good at basketball. I'm gonna just say that.
Further,
he was
then the
really,
guy
really
who just
fucking
threw
good.
in the towel and just started snapping pictures
That
of the
nigga
dream
was
team
nice.
while the game was still going on. And in the gold medal game against a loaded Croatia team featuring 6 NBA players, the dream team won by 33 points. Look at this play
At
right
least they didn't get blown out by 60.
here. Gold medal game, the pride of an entire country on the line. Barkley hits Leitner for a 3 and calls it good before he even puts up the shot. These games were never close. In fact, this team wasn't even fair. During the 92 Olympics, the Dream Team had an average margin of victory of nearly 44 points, the largest margin of victory of any men's team at any professional level, and twice the margin Team USA put up in the 2016 and 2020 Olympics. Their average margin of victory this summer has been just 10 points. Granted, they are still making tweaks to their lineups and experimenting with different game plans, so this number will likely change over the course of the Olympics. But through 5 exhibition games, they aren't winning in nearly the same blowout fashion we saw in the past. And this level of dominance that we saw from the Dream Team, the USA men's team in '96, 2008, and even 2012, will more than likely never happen again. In 1992, excluding the US team, the 11 teams that played in the Olympic basketball tournament featured 18 players that were active in the NBA or were in the NBA at one point in their career. In this year's Summer Olympics, the 11 countries outside of the US that are playing in the tournament feature 68 active or former in.
I was trying to tell niggas earlier, bro, to come like these Euro niggas about to take over the league, bro. These Euro niggas coming over here like, yo, they all giving out $200 million contracts. Gotta ball out. Gotta draw 100 points per game. No, not 100 points per game. But like, bro, like, look at France, bro. You got Frank Ntilikina, Nicolas Batum, Evan Fournier, Rudy Gobert, Bilal Koulibaly. Niggas about going in the second year in the NBA, and was playing with Victor Wembanyama a few times. You know what I'm saying? Those niggas, like, come on. You go to Germany, you got Isaac Bonga. He kind of sucks. Dennis Schroeder, Daniel Tice, the Wagner brothers. Like, come on. You go to Japan, you got Rui Hachimura, Yuta Watanabe. I don't know who this Tominaga nigga is. I don't know who he is. Puerto Rico, I don't even want to name the niggas on. We got Jose Alvarado, but I don't even want to name niggas on Puerto Rico. We know they're not even gonna make no bronze, gold, or silver. So I don't even care. Serbia, you got Miocic, you got Aleksej Pokusevski. He don't get no minutes. Bogdan Bogdanovic, Nikola Jokic, the best player in the NBA. Nikola Jovic, the nigga that's trying to be like Jokic, but he's in Miami not getting no PT because Pat Riley don't fuck with him. Marco Google, I don't know who that is. I don't know who Felipe is. Okay, Kareem Jones, nigga that just dropped a triple-double on the USA team. He's going to play overseas. Shayok, I don't know who you is. Wenyen Gabriel, I know who you are. You was cooking in the game as well, and you was in the NBA. I don't know if you're in the NBA no more, though. Giannis Antetokounmpo, I can't even see the bottom here. Hold up, bro. I can't even see the bottom. I can't see the bottom. His Papagiannis, I know who you are. I'm not going to lie. You got all other Antetokounmpo brothers, basically, and Papagiannis, okay? I think Papagiannis is the ball white nigga. Let me just confirm that real quick, okay? And by the way, I was making music, but we're not gonna talk about that. Papagiannis. It's the ball white nigga, right? No, it's not the ball white nigga. I never saw you a day in my life. I'm not gonna lie. You was probably getting no minutes. It is what it is, though. It is what it is. Okay. It is what it is. But yeah, like these teams right now. I don't even got to name Australia and Canada. They got stacked niggas on their team, and Spain. I don't even got to name the niggas. But like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the teams that are coming into the Olympics right now, bro, they're stacked with NBA talent on them already. It's not like how it was back in the day where these niggas is going up against niggas that are just going like they just playing their country. That's it. You going up against niggas that are going up against niggas like LeBron, Giannis, Jokic, Curry, all like top stars in the world. You going up against these niggas every night, you know what I'm saying? And they all going up against each other in the Olympics. That's why I want to see an upset, because this is the first time in Olympic history that we have this much of a competitive gap between every fucking team, okay? It's not like the U.S. can just go out here and blow these niggas out by 100 points. You know what I'm saying? All these teams. If they go up against a team like Canada, hell, if they go up against Australia again, they might fuck around and lose to Australia. If they go up against France, you know what I'm saying? France might give them a run for their money. Germany might give them a run for their money again, like how they did in the exhibitions. Every other team, I don't see them beat. I don't see Greece beating them. I don't see South Sudan beating them, which I don't think they are. I don't even think they're gonna match up with them again. I don't see Serbia beating them because Jokic might go crazy, but once you sub Jokic out, then who the fuck else is gonna go crazy? Nikola Jovic, he's not doing shit, okay? Pokusevski, he's not doing shit, okay? Puerto Rico, they're getting spanked. They're getting beat by Japan, probably. Like, I'm not even gonna be. I hate to be disrespectful to Puerto Rico, but your basketball team sucks. Japan, your basketball team sucks as well, but you at least got some NBA talent on there. You got a decent coaching staff, okay, an experienced coaching staff. Y'all could potentially make the bronze, but y'all probably not gonna make the bronze. Germany, y'all are nice. France, y'all are nice. Brazil, y'all can make bronze, silver if y'all play y'all cards right. Y'all got a decent squad. Spain, y'all can make silver or bronze. Canada, y'all could fuck around and get the gold. I'm not gonna lie. If Canada is like how they playing right now, how Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's playing right now, the Canada might fuck around and get the gold medal.
Now, this is an
Australia, they might
oversimplified
get
way of
bronze,
looking
silver.
at the caliber
I
of
don't
these
got no faith
teams,
in Australia.
because as we've seen before, having the most NBA talent on your
Louis
roster
Coleman.
does not guarantee success, but it
Like-
does show
Like, say it again, Jimmy. Like I said
or having
earlier.
the most NBA talent on your roster does not guarantee success.
Thank
but
you.
it does show just how much the world has caught up with the US in basketball. The once massive chasm that separated USA basketball from the rest of the world has been shrinking for over the last decade or so, and is now at a point where many countries can truly contend for a gold medal. As it stands, this 2024 US men's roster may be the greatest team ever assembled in terms of their accomplishments and their legacies and resumes. But when it comes to the sheer dominance they have on the court together and how good each individual player was at the time of the team's formation, the Dream Team is still the best team in the history of basketball. And with the leaps and bounds foreign players continue to make, I don't think we will ever see one single team reach this level of dominance ever again. A team that still remains the gold standard.
Yeah, I don't think there's gonna be any other NBA team that was as good as the Dream Team. That Dream Team was too fucking. Like I said earlier, bro, that team that they was going up against, the teams they were going up against had no, like, there was only like one or two players that were in the NBA that were playing on other Olympic teams or other international teams. The Dream Team, they were blowing niggas, like Jimmy High Roller showed earlier, they was blowing teams out by almost 45 points per game, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was bad. So, I said what I said, you know what I'm saying? Like, every time I react to Jimmy High Roller, before I even react to his video, we end up saying the same shit, agreeing to the same shit. He ends up saying what I said in the beginning of the video before he even gets to his points. I already said it, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? And I don't pre-watch these videos. I don't. I just got common sense. You know what I'm saying? That's why me and Jimmy click. You know what I'm saying? But hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. And like I said earlier, bro, if you was coming from the other videos, please, you know what I'm saying, sub, share with your friends. I want to get my channel to at least 200 subs by the end of the year or the end of this month, whichever comes first. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I appreciate you guys coming in, you know what I'm saying, showing love. I appreciate the engagement. I love all y'all niggas, you know what I'm saying. I love it when y'all comment I can't even speak. I love it when you niggas comment down below because I love talking to y'all again to get y'all point of views on certain topics in the NBA. I like talking to y'all niggas. So, hope you guys enjoy. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I'm out. Peace.